Well, hey, Tex here with you. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good night, wherever you are in the world watching this. Hope you're staying safe and well. Wanted to give my comrade Ads a break today. Enjoy your weekend, brother. And I thought I'd give you a quick weekend update after some interesting movements on BTC and ETH overnight. So stick around. Of course, if you do like what we are putting out, you're picking up what we're putting down, hit that subscribe button and make sure you turn on those notifications, ding, and every time that we go live you will get the instant updates. And of course you can go over to unitytradinggroup.com to get all our free guides. A huge change coming to the website in the next little bit, making it way easier for you to navigate around and get all the good stuff that we produce. All right, let's get straight into it. Bitcoin. We spoke about this double bottom scenario a number of days ago now when we first had a touch on this demand. And I said to Ads during our live stream, I said, hey, because we've wicked down into this demand, what would that mean for a retest of this zone? And of course, Ads said, because we penetrated quite far into this pause in the market, it is a lower quality zone. We've re-hit this now and finding a little bit of support around our 200 MA and our 38 fibs. And as I said last night inside the Discord to a few guys, there is some liquidity. There was some buys stacked here, and I thought the reaction off here would be a little bit weaker, but it was more of an immediate buy reaction. But what we can see now here is that we've got this scenario 2 that I've spoken about during the week, being this a potential bearish retest of this overall trend line. We're kind of trapped underneath this Kumo cloud and our 50 fib at the moment. Although Steamroller giving us a pretty strong entry signal at this point, I'm not yet convinced, because we have made a lower low at this point and we are still making lower highs. Could we potentially see a little bit of a formation like this before a continuation to the upside? I'm not overly convinced at this point that this will be our final resting place for BTC before a move to the upside. So if we do see a bearish retest of this trend line and potentially this 50 fibs and we revisit this demand zone again, it probably won't hold in my opinion. We've very well penetrated this demand zone now. And really the only thing holding us up at that level is this 200 MA again before liquidity starts to run out and we look for some more potential pickup opportunities at this 23 fib level, where we can see some more of these volume nodes stacked before we head down towards this far higher quality, better demand zone that we've been looking at since this this pennant formation that we spoke about earlier in the week. From an MA standpoint, MA is not looking great. We've got our 50 and 100 MA resistance between this trend line and this 61 fib, as we do Kumo resistance as well. So let's look at this scenario. If we were to close and break inside the cloud right now and inside this 50, that would be a potential next zone for a short. Let's say that we really need to close and break above 18.5 if we break out of this lower low, lower high sort of structure that we're forming at the moment. So that's where we need to close and break above to have this, I guess, a higher high from this point. And then of course we need to break and close above these previous high levels to continue this uptrend. In the scheme of things, in terms of BTC, we can see this this sort of pin bar at this location here on the daily, which does indicate good buying pressure at this point. Although in terms of the structure, we're yet to make a lower low, so we're still in an uptrend at this point until we close and break above this demand zone down here. So overall, we've said this, Ads and I, pullbacks like this after such a monumentous run from all the way down here is still healthy in the life of Bitcoin. So don't be freaking out thinking that we're going to capitulate back to the 10s and the 9s or the 3s or the 2s that I've been seeing. I think that's pretty ludicrous at this point. All right, getting into ETH very quickly. I hope you're having a great weekend, by the way. And of course, if you do like what we're putting down, make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn on those notifications, and get the instant updates, ding, that will come straight through to your YouTube. All right, let's get on to ETH. A little bit of a different scenario that I was just talking about inside the Discord, which you can find over at unitytradinggroup.com. It's our free Discord. We trade there with our guys every single day. This is a little different because we haven't made a lower low like what we saw on the Bitcoin chart a moment ago. We've had a double bottom of this demand zone, which is essentially what we called. I said I was looking for this formation on Tuesday night earlier in the week, similarly to what we had seen here previously after that dump on around the 24th or the 25th of November earlier or late last month. So a little bit of a different scenario for ETH, although if we do look on the 1 hour time frames, we've again now made a lower low. If this doji doesn't close and board, I guess this daily candle doesn't close and break above 554. We've only got it an hour or so to go until the daily candle closes, where we often see a little bit of action. You know, we might see some moves to the upside. We'll close above these previous structures here on the daily close. And then an hour or two afterwards, we'll continue our move back to the downside once everyone has sort of settled down a little bit after that, the most important close of the day, which is, of course, the daily close. So will we have this scenario where we have a double bottom and a continuation to the upside? I'm not overly confident of that. And even if we do close and break within this cloud, we've got our 38, our MA resistance, our 50 and 100 MA resistance, 38 fibs. And then, of course, we've got Kumo resistance. So, as I said in the daily update in Discord a moment ago, we really want to see a close and break above 575, 580, and this sort of like previous high here, which would also be our kind of our neckline for our W formation, this double bottom formation, before we get too excited about ETH making any moves back up towards the 600s and above level. You can see, that we have, similar to BTC, this is not the highest quality zone. It's a pretty decent quality demand zone, but it happens within the formation of the trend rather than happening right at the very bottom of the trend, which is the trend starting, which is 470 down here. So again, a decent level of demand. It's not the best, it's not the worst, but similar to BTC, we visited this a couple of times now and penetrated quite heavily both times. So once we start to revisit this, which we are now, I would be a little concerned for ETH's welfare. Let's just put it like that. So that's it. That's our BTC and ETH update. Of course, come over to the website, unitytradinggroup.com, getting an update at the moment. Tons of free guides, all the free goodies and all the tools that you see us using here. And you can get your hands on our steamroller indicator, doing a 14-day free trial at the moment. The most kick-ass indicator we've ever created, and we're super proud of it. But beyond that, have an amazing weekend. Look after yourself, stay safe, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Take care. Bye.